Thanks, Alan. We heard some disturbing news today about Foley native and NFL great Kenny Stabler. A study of his brain showed he suffered from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE. It's a type of progressive brain disease that is caused by repeated hits to the head, and symptoms include memory loss, depression, and dementia. On a scale of 1 to 4, Stabler had high stage 3 CTE. He died in July of colon cancer, and the CTE was confirmed after doctors examined his brain. The snake joins a growing list of former NFL players to suffer from CTE. News 5 Sports Director Randy Patrick spoke with one of Stabler's daughters today and some other local football legends. And Randy, I know everyone is concerned about this situation.
You betcha, Pete. We cheer the hard hits in football, but the players taking those hits are paying a big price in later years. Players like Foley's Kenny Stabler. A New York Times story today confirming what many of Kenny's family and friends had feared. The snake's brain showed signs of level 3 CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, the degenerative brain disease believed to be caused by repeated blows to the head. Stabler died in July after losing a bout with colon cancer. At his request, his family donated his brain to Boston University for research. The family decided to release the results this week through a New York Times article that appeared today. I talked to Kenny's daughter, Alexa, earlier today, and former Miami Dolphins great Bob Baumhauer, who once sacked Kenny Stabler 4 times in one half of a football game, to get their reaction to today's news.
I'll be honest, I was surprised by the results, but looking back, there was a cognitive decline. It's been overwhelming seeing what outlets have picked up the story, and to just see the interest that it has, and that people from around the world are genuinely interested in his story and what this may mean for their everyday lives or their children's lives.
I knew that Kenny had donated his organs and his brain to be studied. I'd like to say it surprises me, but it doesn't, because of all the things I've heard, and it's a topic of conversation.
Stabler is one of 18 finalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The voting will take place this weekend, and the results will be announced Saturday night live on CBS TV between 8 and 10 o'clock the night before Super Bowl 50. Stabler led the Raiders to a Super Bowl victory over Minnesota in Super Bowl 11 in 1977.
Thanks, Randy. The controversy surrounding CTE and the inherent risk of playing football over a long period of time has exploded over the past few years. Kenny Stabler's diagnosis, the latest incident in a debate that's unlikely to go away. It was a condition mostly associated with boxing.
Flipping left, and down goes Blocker. And when they fall face down, they don't get up, Bobby.
You would hear about old fighters being punch drunk later in life. But in recent years, the focus has been on pro football players, and the condition has a new name, CTE.
Since the NFL has really been big on concussion, this new term, this chronic traumatic encephalopathy, has kind of taken on the thing that we all talk about.
The discovery of the disease by a Pittsburgh doctor working with cases of former NFL players was featured in the recently released Will Smith film, Concussion.
I found a disease that no one has ever seen. Repetitive head trauma chokes the brain.
And it's the repetitive blows to the head, the chronic nature, that defines the disease.
It's not just one isolated, concussion. It's the recurrent nature of the concussions that leads to it. And it doesn't have to be big ones. It can be the small, what we call the acceleration, deceleration sort of accidents that over time shear the brain and cause the functional problems.
Damage can begin accumulating at a young age. Decades later, symptoms like headaches and age-inappropriate confusion can set in. Recently, concussion protocols have been established at all levels of football, something local neurologist Tim Hecker says is a crucial first step.
So it's more recognizing a concussion, making someone stay out till they're perfectly back to normal, and then allowing them to that's going to help people from getting these recurrent concussions.
CTE can only be confirmed by examining the brain after death. It's been discovered in about 90% of brains of former NFL players that have been studied.